It is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and it is Sunday. So we have a sketch, not only for a Sketch Sunday, but as well as off the board. Sundays are sketches. How convenient. So I am playing with my Flavors of the Month kit from the scrap room. This is the Paige Evans portion, and I am going to do a picture of me in front of the Friends building. So I figured I can use all of the florals and all of the fun stuff. So crazy enough, I use one piece of paper. So don't ever think that you can't just use one piece of, well, actually that's not true. I did back my photo in a scrap. I was going to say, but you can use one piece of paper for this layout, I feel like. So I decided to go ahead and map my whole layout in this beautiful floral, and I did gut it. You can see the gutted piece there, and I'm going to use that gutted piece as my 3 strips. So I am trying to see how big I can make them approximately with the pieces I have left. And I decided to do the purple stripe and then the floral and then the purple stripe again. So those are going to be my 3 strips down. And then I am going to grab my photo and then figure out what I want to mat it in. But then I realized I want a little something extra under here. So I went and grabbed a stencil of the month from Scrapping Reflections. And it's this beautiful floral. And I'm just going to take some Kitsch Flamingo. And I'm just going to put it through the stencil. And I'm actually going to put it through the stencil twice. Now, obviously, the majority of it is covered up. That just tends to be what happens, and I did want it to just kind of peek out. So I probably didn't need to do the whole thing, but that's just what I did. So you can kind of see, like I said, it's pretty light, but here I'm going to put those back on and then decide I need another one. I'm going to try and figure out where that is going to go. And then I do end up adding just a little bit to the side and the bottom of the 3rd strip because I felt like it did need a little something extra. It felt really white over there, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but it felt a little too white for me. So I'm going to go ahead and get these down. I'm actually going to use my T-square ruler so that they are straight, or they're not really even per se, but they are fairly straight on the bottom, and I think that's sometimes important. So I've got my strips down. Here's where I decide I need just a little bit more, so I'm just going to do a few of those florals, and then I'm going to grab my sticker sheet from the embellishment kit, and I'm going to take 2 of the border stickers, and I'm going to use those for that strip ledge that you see in the sketch. And then I need to map my photo. So I don't really like either of these florals on top, or that one probably could have been okay. The buttons I wasn't really sold about, but then I realized that I had this pink one, and I think the pink goes really well. So I'm going to go ahead and map my photo in this pink. And in the sketch, it calls for maybe like a photo and maybe a journaling spot. And the photo is definitely straight. I don't do a ton of straight photos. I do my fair share, but maybe even not a fair share. I do it occasionally. So I am going to pop this up on some fun foam, and then I can start embellishing. So I think maybe I wanted to mat it again, but I don't end up matting it again at all. So in the sketch, there is like an embellishment cluster down in the bottom right, and then one on top of the photo. So that's what I'm working on. In the sketch, it's like all the way over on the last strip, but I'm going to put both of my embellishment clusters by my photo. So I'm looking for some few pieces to kind of put up here at the top and a few pieces to put down at the bottom. I do know that I want to use some florals, obviously, because there's tons of florals in the sketch, and I'm using the floral paper, and it is a picture of me, which, you know, we just don't get in pictures very often. And then I have this sticker. I don't know what it says, but at the very bottom of it, it says friends. And so I went ahead and put that under my photo, and then the top of it just shows like a little bow because you can't read what it says. So I went ahead and put that at the top. This sticker says, "A book is a friend you hold in your hands." I figured we're still talking friends, like, you know, everybody reads a book from now and then. So I just wanted to use it. I thought it looked good down there. I am not going to put my title on those strips at the bottom. And actually, I don't really think this has a title. I mean, friend. Oh, it just says friend. I don't know. Does it need a title? Maybe it needs a title. Maybe it needs to say friends. Otherwise, it just looks like a random building and I'm standing on the corner. I don't know. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think, and then we'll see at the end of the month with my layout share what I ended up going with. I did add another cluster up there in that top with some florals and a butterfly and a label. So here are a couple of close-ups for you. I hope you enjoyed this. I will have the playlist for Off the Board, and I will have links to whoever is playing along with Sketch Sunday down below as well. And there is a final look at my layout. Oh, I'll also have the scrap room for you. So remember to wear your crown, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.